What is up, guys, and welcome to another episode of my HLTV Fantasy. Today we are looking at Blast Premier Fall Group Stages. First of all, let's look at the format of this event. So, as it's only for the groups, there's 3 different groups, and the top 2 teams get through, but they still play this final, and the final still counts for fantasy, so it doesn't really matter as both of them make it through. Opening round, Group A. Astralis and EG, I think, are the weaker teams in this group. EG should be the weakest, and Astralis are kind of an unknown quantity in my eyes. Like, they still could perform quite well, but we'll see. I think Vitality and Liquid are the favorites. Vitality especially should make it through. And Liquid, although they choked yesterday after that amazing refresh 1v5 clutch, like, that was such an interesting, like, so sick in that position to pull it off. Yeah, I still think Liquid are a decent team right now. We have Group B. G2, who went 0-5 in EPL, are like the weirdest team for me in this one, where I really want to pick them. But then again, I really have this fear of what if they just do as badly as they did in EPL. The thing that really makes me want to pick them, of course, is that they're playing MIBR, who are probably the weakest team in the entire tournament. So I don't think they are gonna struggle beating MIBR, but when it comes to NIP and Big, they might struggle if they play as badly as in EPL. They still could be a good pick. We'll see. And then NIP and Big, I mean, both of them are good. Big is a team that has been kind of struggling a bit. I've picked them in a couple fantasies and they have just let me down so far. I'm not going to pick them, definitely. And I think NIP should make it through with G2 out of this one, most often. But we'll see. Someone like Big could make it. I don't think MIB are going to make it. Group C, probably the toughest one in my eyes. We have the opening round being Navi and OG, who both won their groups at EPL. OG going 5-0, Navi went 4-1. And wait, so who are OG playing today? They're playing Vitality, I think. Yeah. So they might even meet in the grand finals of EPL. And now they have to play opening round. They are the best teams in this group, in my eyes. And then Phase is decent and Complexity is like decent. They're both a tier below. Like, I think Navi is a tier above everyone. Then comes OG, and then Phase and Complexity are below them. Complexity probably even a bit lower than Phase right now. I wonder the rankings. Oh, Phase are actually number 4 in the world right now. But I still think, based on current form, I would say that OG are looking better to me than FaZe are. Either way, yeah, I would say they are the favorites in this one. Might be a bit of my OG bias speaking, as I am a fan of them, but yeah. Let's get into looking at player prices. I kind of looked at these already earlier, and the cheapest guy is definitely Daps. 144,000 is super low, but looking at like how large the sample size for this is, it's like only EPL, and they played against some good teams here, right? Like Fnatic did a lot better than many of us would have expected. Navi, yeah, you expect them to lose to Navi. Mouse is better than EG. FaZe pulling it to a 3-mapper, pretty damn good. Big also kind of destroyed them. Who was EG playing? So they play Astralis first. That's good. And then Vitality or Liquid afterwards. I don't see them ever doing well against Vitality or Liquid, but they could. Like, I'm basically thinking of Daps as the 5th guy. I think a lot of people are thinking of Daps as 5th guy. Yeah, 272 picked. That's a lot of picking Daps is getting. It also makes it possible for you to make a simple lineup, which I am eyeing at least. It might be worth it for this one. So yeah, Daps is the cheapest guy by far, and I think usually you should always consider these super cheap players. There's no one close to how cheap he is. Like there's Carrigan at 175. I think it's because his EPL pretty okay. Yeah, price is a bit higher than it's been in some events. Jax is very cheap. Pumice is cheap for being a Navi player, of course. Yeah, he's by far the cheapest, like the best cheap, like the cheapest player in this event, and we'll see if I want to pick him. Who are the teams that I'm considering the most picking out of? Like Navi, definitely, if I can afford it. Problem, of course, being that bit Perfecto, Electronic, Simple. Like Perfecto, I would probably pick if I had to go with Navi, or if I go with Navi. Like look at this last month rating, last 3 months. He's doing really good right now. And I think if you go Navi, you should probably go Perfecto. But everyone else is also definitely worth looking at. Bit is always decent with an insane headshot percentage, so roll-wise fits always very well. Simple is of course insane, and I don't see why he wouldn't be insane for this event as well. Electronic, yeah, doing decent, pretty good actually. And then you have Pumice, who I think was doing a bit. Ooh, wow, that's an insane rating for Pumice for the last month. He was insane for the last month, but it is a low sample size. But it's still a lot better than he usually does, right? 1.08 last month. Yeah, okay. So we can definitely consider Pumice as well. Pumice Perfecto. G2 are... It's only one event, of course, but going over... Like, if they went like 2-3 and didn't make it, I would probably be picking G2. But the fact that they went 0-5, didn't make it, because they basically didn't do anything, except for Nico, who played a decent tournament, right? Oh, wrong. Yeah, pretty damn good tournament for Nico. But someone like Hunter, look at this, like last 6 months is 1.11, 0.95 for the last event. Of course, this is like their worst event like ever, probably. Everyone else apart from Nico just didn't do anything. But it's very possible that they come back in this tournament stronger than ever. I'll keep it in mind. I might go for them. Base, decent, maybe worth picking. Problem with them is always that fantasy-wise, I think Twists and Brokey are the only good players. And then everyone else is usually not doing that great. I'm not convinced by Astralis. I need to see a lot more. I wouldn't pick Lucky. Just this price is kind of deceptive, I think. Someone like Dupree or Majes could be decent. Or Bobski even. Nip is definitely worth thinking about. Like they are in this group that I think is the easiest group to make it out of. So even though their players are not the cheapest with Device and Res, yeah, I still think it's probably the easiest group, with C being the toughest group, A being somewhere in between. Vitality, definitely worth picking, I think. I'm really liking Vitality for this. They should beat Liquid. They are already in top 4 of EPL. I really want to go Zaiwu, I think. I think Misuta was also still doing a lot better than his like last 6 month stats. Yeah. Kyojin is always a consideration. Although he's not doing like any better than his stats suggests. Zaiwu is always insane. Yeah. Always insane. One of my favorites to pick for this one, I think. OG, really good, but Like Mantu, I think is always quite inconsistent, or has been inconsistent. Maybe he's now found some consistency. They of course went 5-0, and I think Mantu did pretty damn well. But for the last games, he did exceptional actually. But of course, in the last one, they didn't have that much to play for anymore. Flames has been superb. If I remember wrong, nope. I remember right. Valde, probably pretty good because, yeah, decent. Nico and Alexei. I think Alexei was having a pretty good tournament. Okay, not that big of a difference. OGR. I really like OG as a team, but I always am hesitant to pick them. I don't know why. I feel like the pricing is still always a bit like awkward. I wouldn't pick big. I don't think, not for this event at least. I've picked them twice now, and they have just let me down. So I'm sorry, big. Liquid. Grim was looking great. Look at this, 1.10 for the last event. NAF is always very good. Yup. Fallen was looking great, I think, in at least some parts of the tournament. Yeah, he was having some good maps and some bad maps. Liege was not worth it for this last event at least. Like, he's decent, but not doing that awesome. Stewie had... I saw him have some good maps. Then again, he's also not always performing quite as well. That's why at least. Everyone else I wouldn't consider. Complexity even. Like Cold Zera. He hasn't played in so long. Like when I go last month, it just doesn't show anything. It's tough to pick someone who's 203 grand and we haven't seen anything from him for so long. And we don't know how he's going to fit into this system. Probably because he's kind of like replacing Config. Who's like the secondary star after Blaybuff. He's probably going to be given a lot of room, I would consider. Or I would expect that to be the case at least. They just give him a lot of room and to do all of his stuff that he wants to do. I want to pick Vitality at least. I really want to pick Misuda because he's still doing really good for this price. 203 grand is not that much. I'm gonna try out Zaiwu and Daps. I feel like Daps is probably gonna be someone you have to pick for this price. Just hoping that he doesn't do white this badly, or that he does just a bit better than this, which is definitely possible. 144,000 is just so little. Like we still have 204 grand. I mean 404 grand after Zaibu and Daps and Isuta. My other favorite for this would be Perfecto or like Navi. I'm really eyeing this Perfecto pick. I'm trying to see if maybe I should go for like 2-1-1-1. Could be worth. Pumice was it? What if we don't go Pumice? Can we afford someone else? No. That's how large the gap is between Daps' price and everyone else. But you can't really get Zaiwu without Daps. Or Simple if you want him. What if you do go Simple? And then 2 other guys from Vitality. Or like one from Navi and one from Vitality. Anyone like Apex? It's a possibility to go with this. It's definitely maybe like Perfecto support, right? Yep. Big support percentage for him. Main op. Noob. I never pick Noob for Daps. Probably has to be Noob, right? Then it's Misuda with probably like either CT rating or like probably CT rating, yeah. And Apex with. Oh no, wait, Misuda needs to be IGL then. Or Apex Apex needs to be IGL and Misuda with something. I'll consider this. Let's see some other options. I think Misuda, I am picking Misuda. Yeah, he's picked a lot. I'm not surprised. Perfecto bit. Then I can't go Zaiwu. Kyojin maybe? 203. I think there's a lot of options for this one. Campus? That's a good looking team, I have to say, but I'm not sure if it's worth. Basically, because role wise, this is again kind of a nightmare. Like Perfecto support bid headshots, Kyojin IGL, Suda CT rating or something, and then I guess Hampus entry. Not that bad. And there's a lot of options, I feel like, for this one. Nip makes sense to me. Vitality and Navi make a lot of sense. This one makes a lot of sense to me, I have to say. Kyojin definitely still has the potential to really pop off. Like, he's had events where he did very well, and he could still have one of those events. Okay, let's see some other options. I am still thinking DAPS. Some DAPS lineups, but it doesn't have to be simple or Zaiwu who you have on top. Nico for 226 is very, very strong. I don't know about Nico. Or Mosho, I just don't know about you. I do think Nico's gonna perform. I feel like if you go, yeah, you could go Nico Hunter. 401 grand. You can get these two guys. That's a pretty damn strong looking team as well. The problem is Hunter, I am so, like, just going stats wise, look at this. 6 months, 1.11. Last month, 0.95. So horrible as a drop off. But if G2 do well, this is awesome. This is a great team if G2 do well. Really depends. What about OG teams? So, because I haven't picked OG in so long, and I really want to pick them. Like Daps with Mantu and Flames, for example. We still have 415 grand. We can again go for like Perfecto bit. Oh no, wait, you can't really go for Perfecto bit. That's the biggest problem with this, is that picking OG, I'm gonna make a WoW, and I'm gonna pick OG in a future fantasy league. I don't know about the next one where OG picks. It's tough to say, but I'm gonna make a vow, and I am gonna pick OG eventually. Okay, let's actually put it this way. If OG win EPL, I'm gonna change my lineup to one where I have OG. If Navi wins it, I'm gonna keep it Perfecto bit or whatever I pick. That's how I'm gonna do it. So I'm gonna pick Navi, I think, for this one, with either Perfecto and bit or Perfecto and simple or something. And then I'm gonna make a vow to change it into an OG lineup, and if OG win EPL, that's how we do it. Great. Pretty fun one. I don't think it's gonna be simple. The biggest reason why I don't want to pick simple for this is because I've seen a lot of good stuff from all of Navi. I feel like all of Navi has recently been performing very well. That's why I don't want to pick simple. You could not go for Daps and you could go for Boomage. Love Perfecto Boomage. Support IGL. I still want to go for Nip. Vitality. I really still want to go for Vitality. Misuda, Zaiwu, Daps. Or we can go for someone better than Boomage. Can we get Daps now? No. Get Daps now. That's like 6 grand in the bank. Doesn't look that great. I would love these guys in this, but it's impossible, right? No, Boomage. Has Electronic been Electronic's been pretty good as well, right? Last month. Oh, wow, he did very well, except for Big. Yeah, that was surprising. Big beating Navi. Electronic had a horrible map, or a horrible couple maps, but the rest of the group, Navi kind of blistered through, just winning everything. I think Theogen is probably the pick. How did I go with this? I went this and Hampus, right? It makes sense, right? Going for this and Hampus. You could go Complexity like Coldzera. But then it's like picking from the same group. Kind of not that great. And it's not like Coldzera is like insane. Oops. Well, actually, let's check his. They didn't do that great last event, but for that. I feel dumb not picking 2 players from this group. That's all I'm gonna say. If I don't go for 2 of this group. But then again, Navi and Vitality are so strong as teams. I'm gonna go with this. I feel like this is the team I want to pick. I don't want to have Daps. I feel like Daps might be okay, but I don't think he's gonna be like needed on anyone's team unless he has like 1.0 rating or something. In which case, great. Then Daps is but I do want to pick Daps. I feel like he's gonna have that 1.0 rating or so. I'm gonna go Daps. I'm gonna go with a Daps. A team with Daps. Because I feel like he is gonna, like, this was his first event back in CS. He can only get better, right? There's no way he does even worse. I hope. So how does this look now? Can we get Zaiwu? Zaiwu shocks, but not Misuda, which is like who we want. Yeah, this is what I was looking at earlier. That would have been so sick. Like Electronic Pumice. What if you don't go Navi? I don't like not going for Navi in this. Then you don't go Zaiwu. Go Simple. Simple Perfecto. Misuda Kyojin. Misuda Apex. And Apex had a decent tournament. Right? Yeah, Apex had a decent tournament. Apex. Yeah. This looks like a good team. This looks like an awesome team, to be honest. Role-wise support. Anything. In op. Multi-kill. You could put a lot of stuff on him. Noob. Some kind of CT rating or I don't know. And IGL. Yeah. I'm going with this. I feel like this is what I want to pick. It definitely could be super good. Yeah, okay, let's go next player first. IGL, Apex definitely, and new apps. And then what is the best role for Misuda? That's the safest one always. Actually, pretty good headshot machine. Yeah, he does have pretty decent headshot percentage. So probably go headshot machine on Misuda. Okay, that's cool. I think this is a good lineup. Simple definitely could tear down his opposition again. Perfecto's been great. Misuda's been great. Apex has been on the up, and then we have Daps. Hopefully isn't the worst. Obviously, Daps bottom scorecard. Either now or in a later round. I think second round, because when you look at this group, they're gonna play Vitality or Liquid in second, in the lower final if they lose, or another one of them in the upper final if they happen to win. So that's gonna be a tougher matchup than their first matchup. So we should go bottom scorecard for second round. Let's look at others. So I mean, simple, we can just put a lot of stuff. 35% 30 bomb, 80% top of scorecard. Insane. He has like all of it. He can do anything. Power view this stuff. Perfecto actually best pistol guy. Sure. I don't see why not. Misuda. Okay, let's look at the grenade stuff, for example. Who's the best grenade thrower? Yep, Perfecto. Apex, insane flash thrower. Yeah, we do that. What is Misuda best at? Like, probably this. Yeah. Highest headshot percentage. Even though he has, like... Yeah, there's no real... Is there a real aimbots on Liquid after Twists has left? I don't think so. Like, how high is someone like Grimm's headshot percentage? Probably, like, okay. Actually, pretty bad. Okay. Dolige. I don't think he has the crispest aim. Yeah, pretty good crisp, but it should be fine. Being aimbot for Misuda for this one. Simple, I don't know, against OG. Let's pick one of these. Probably top of scorecard, right? It's by far the safest one. KSD. Perfecto actually has a higher KSD than Simple. Super impressive. Gaps with 40% saving. Saver. That's be funny. Assist Perfecto as well. Perfecto is so good. Boosters. Wow, that's awesome. We're gonna go top of scorecard, I think, with Simple. And Clutch is gonna be later. And then Daps, let's throw this or something. I don't know. Like, it's gonna be bottom of scorecard Daps. It's gonna be bait. Daps maybe. Why is bait so bad on him? Does he just not bait even? What the hell does he do then? He saves. Let's throw Saver on him first. Why not? Because I don't think anyone else wants to have Saver. I'm pretty happy with this team. Let's see if my freaking fantasy curse continues. So, like, yesterday, of course, in the EPL, Heroic did end up winning, which is good, and Refresh had a fucking awesome match. Really, really cool. Problem being, Hero, Inters, LNC are already eliminated. So, it's not gonna be a top performance, even if Heroic end up winning. And LNC, I mean, Stan and Refresh have a great performance, but maybe a top 50% or something like that. I'd be pretty happy with that as well. Either way, thank you guys for watching. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoy this kind kind of content, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.